Hello everyone, I am Ronak sir, your apna IGCSE math tutor, and today what we are going to do is complete revision of 8th IGCSE math portion. Today we are going to cover not just one chapter or two chapter or three chapter but complete revision of 17 chapters. So if you don't want to just do one or two chapters, if you want to skip forward, you might feel free to skip forward and look to the chapter which you want to take revision for. Just a small brief about myself. I've been taking IGCSE for past 6 years and Bombay Cambridge has shown me huge amount of love. We take science as well as commerce and we have our own class toppers. Now, before further ado, let's start with our very first chapter, that is indices. So, what are we going to learn in this chapter? In exercise 1, we'll be seeing powers, we'll be seeing negative powers, small, larger numbers. We are going to do all the algebra of powers, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication. And in exercise 2, we are going to see rational and irrational numbers. These irrational numbers are called as surds. And in exercise 3 we are going to also estimate these surds, right? So before we start on to the sums, let's just recap all the formulas. Yes, first of all, 2 raised to 4. Now what does this raised to 4 means? It means that the 2 is being multiplied by itself 4 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, and that is 16. Next we have 3 raised to minus 2. अब ये माइनस साइन को हटाने के लिए व्हाट विल डू इज विल रेसिप्रोकेट इट. तो ये 1 अपॉन हो जाएगा एंड ये माइनस साइन हट जाएगा एंड 3 स्क्वायर विल कम एट द बॉटम. नाउ 3 स्क्वायर इज 1/9. Now the next is 2 raised to 3 and 2 raised to 4. So if we have the same base, the powers get added, so it becomes 2 raised to 3 plus 5. In the same way, if we have 2 raised to 3 and 2 raised to minus 5, it will become 2 raised to 3 minus 5, and that is 2 raised to minus 2, which can also be written as 2 raised to 1 upon 2 raised to 2, which is 1 upon 4. Next we have is, what if there is divide? Now if there is divide, the second number will get a minus sign. So it becomes 2 raised to 5 divided by, if it is 2 raised to 3, it becomes 2 raised to 5 minus 3. Now if we have 2 raised to 5 divide, we know it is minus sign for the second power, so minus ka minus will become plus. So 2 raised to 5 minus of minus 3 becomes 2 raised to 5 plus 3, that is 2 raised to 8. Now if we have same powers, we can take the power as common and the bases can get multiplied. So if we have 2 raised to 3 into 3 raised to 3, it will become 2 into 3 the whole raised to 3. So if the powers are same, they can be taken as common. And vice versa, if we have 2 into 3 raised to 3, this 3 will go to this and this. So we get 2 raised to 3 and into 3 raised to 3. Now what if there is power ka power? If there is power ka power, we multiply the power. So if there is 2 raised to 3 raised to 2, it becomes 2 raised to 3 into 2, which is 2 raised to 6. The last and the most easiest and favorite of all students, that is anything raised to 0, is simply 1. So if it is 999 raised to 0, it is still 1. Yes. Okay, some additional notes over here. If the power is even, the answer will always be positive. Example, if there is 2 raised to 4, it will be 16. If it is minus 2 raised to 4, it will still be positive 16. But if the power is odd, the answer will be, if there is a negative number, the answer will be in negative. If the number is positive, the answer will be in positive. Simple. So if we have 2 raised to 3, it becomes 8. But if we have minus 2 raised to 3, it becomes minus 8. Now coming on to the sums part, let's start. So we have to estimate the values. So if we have 2 raised to minus 4, can I say it becomes 1 upon 2 raised to 4, which is 1 upon 16. 1 upon 2 raised to 3, so it becomes 1 upon 8. If we have this 1 upon 2 raised to 2, we can write this as 1 upon 4. If we have 2 raised to minus 1, we can write it 1 upon raised to 2 raised to 1, which is nothing but 1 upon 2. Anything raised to 0 is simply 1. This will be 2, this will be 4, and this will be 8, right? This is just working. This is not to be written in your exams. This is just for your help. Next we have is 5 raised to 0. I told you anything raised to 0 is 1. Then 2 raised to minus 3 can be written as 1 upon 2 raised to 3, which is equals to 8. Minus 4 raised to minus 2, can I say this becomes 1 upon minus 4 raised to 2. And I told you if the power is even, the answer will always be positive. So 4 square is 16, right? Now minus 5 ka square, I told you if the power is even, the answer will always be positive. So it's 25. Next question. Write this as a power of 3. So 9 can be written as 3 into 3, which is nothing but 3 square. Yes. 1 upon 81, which can be written as 1 upon 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, which is nothing but 1 upon 3 raised to 4. But we want to write as a power of 3, not a 1 upon 3 ka power. So we'll take it up. If we take it up, the power again becomes negative. This becomes 3 raised to 5. And what about 1? We know anything raised to 0 is 1. So we can write this as 3 raised to 0. Next, rewrite from smallest to the biggest value. अच्छा, before we move on to this question, remember जिसका भी डिनोमिनेटर बड़ा है वो नंबर छोटा है, जिसका भी न्यूमरेटर बड़ा है वो नंबर बड़ा है. आई रिपीट, जिसका डिनोमिनेटर बड़ा है वो नंबर एक्चुअली में छोटा है. सो लेट्स जस्ट सॉल्व इट. 3 can be 3 raised to 1 is nothing but 3. 5 raised to minus 2, we'll have to switch things up. So reciprocal करना पड़ेगा. 5 raised to 2, which is 1 upon 25. This is 4. This is 1 raised to minus 4 is nothing but 1 itself. 3 raised to 0 is again 1. 2 raised to 3 is 8. So can I say these both are same? So we write any one of them. It's completely your choice. It will always be the same. So let's start with the lowest number, which is this fraction. So this will be 5 raised to minus 2. Then we've covered this. Now we'll write this 1 raised to minus 4. We'll cover this 3 raised to 0. We'll then cover 3, which is 3 raised to 1. We'll cover 4, which is 2 raised to 2. And then we'll cover 8, which is 2 raised to 3. Use the signs, bigger or smaller. What is 3 square? It is 9. What is 2 square? Which is 8. So who's greater? This is greater. 3 raised to 0 is 8. 10 raised to 0 is 1. 3 raised to 0 is also 1. So they both are equal. This is what, 1 upon 25, and this is 0. So this is still greater than 0 since it is not negative. It is positive. Now 0.5, which can be written as 1 upon 2. Fraction, this is also 1 upon 2. So they both are equal. Yes. Okay. Next, simplify the following. Now 3 raised to 9 multiplied by 3 raised to 4. This can be written as 3 raised to 9 plus 4, which is nothing but 3 raised to 13. Next, now power का power है तो multiply करना पड़ेगा. तो 4 minus 5 into 2, which is equals to 4 raised to minus 10, which can be written as 1 upon 4 raised to 10. 5 raised to minus 2 into 5 raised to 7. So powers will get added, minus 2 plus 7, which is 5 raised to 5. Next, 3 raised to minus 6, 3 raised to minus 5, 3 raised to 3, all are multiplied. This becomes 3 raised to 6 minus 5 plus 3. 6 minus 5 is 1, 1 plus 3 is 4. So 3 raised to 4. Now divide है तो this number 3 will get a minus sign. So this will become 4 raised to minus 4 minus 3, which will become 4 raised to minus 7. Now if you want to solve this, first we'll take this 3 raised to 4 ऊपर, so this will become 3 raised to 5 into 3 raised to minus 3. अब ये ऊपर जाके मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा तो मल्टीप्लाई, लेकिन इसका पावर माइनस हो जाएगा तो 3 raised to minus 4. This can be written as 3 raised to 5 minus 3 minus 4, which is nothing but 3 raised to 5 minus 7, which is 3 raised to minus 2, which is 1 upon 3 square, which is 1 upon 9. Next, 3 raised to minus 3, 6 raised to minus 3, 6 raised to minus 2, 6 raised to minus 3 and minus 2, which is equals to 6 raised to minus 5. Yes, we've completed our first topic. Now exercise 2, that is rational and irrational numbers. Before we move on to rational and irrational numbers, let's understand the whole number system. So first of all, we have our natural numbers. Natural numbers, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we have our whole numbers. Now नेचुरल नंबर्स मतलब क्या, पॉजिटिव नंबर्स बट स्टार्टिंग विथ 1. फिर होल नंबर्स आता है. होल नंबर बोलता है नहीं नहीं मेरे को एक जीरो, बट जीरो भी चाहिए, तो होल नंबर्स में एक जीरो जो है ऐड हो गया, तो इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. फिर लोगों को रियलाइज हुआ नेगेटिव में भी नंबर्स है, तो वी हैव माइनस नंबर्स ऑल्सो इन इंटीजर्स, राइट. एंड देन वी गेट टू नो दैट देर आर not just complete numbers but there are half numbers also, and then we get to know about our fractions and decimals, who are 7 upon 10, 22 upon 7, 1.5 can be decimals. All these numbers are called as rational numbers. Any number which can be written in the form of a fraction, any number which can be written in the form of a fraction is a rational numbers. So are all these fractions rational numbers? Yes. But is integers, whole numbers, natural numbers also a fraction? Yes, it is. So if I take, let's say 3, I can write this as 3 upon 1, because 3 upon 1 is also 3, right? So these numbers are also rational numbers, whole are also rational, and integers are also rational numbers also. So what are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers can be divided into two categories. Some are special numbers and some are any non-perfect square. What do we say in rational numbers? Any non-perfect square are called as rational numbers. So sir, who are perfect squares? 1 ka square is 1, 2 ka square is 4, 3 ka square is 9. These all numbers. 4 ka square is 16. All these numbers who are a square of a number are perfect squares, right? So if I say, is 5 a square of any number? No. So 5 ka square root, one second, I'll just show you all again. See, 1 ka square is 1, 2 ka square is 4, 3 ka square is 9, 4 का स्क्वायर इज 16. बट तो अगर इनका रूट किया तो क्या मुझे एक परफेक्ट नंबर फिर से मिलेगा? हाँ, मुझे मिलेगा. आई विल गेट 2, राइट? बट इफ आई हैव अ नंबर लाइक समवेयर ओवर हियर 5 or a 6 or a 7, are they perfect squares of any number? Answer is no. So their root will be called as non-perfect squares, and all the any root of non-perfect square is a irrational numbers. Also there are special numbers like pi who are irrational numbers, right? Okay, so acha, but our root of a perfect square, like let's say 4 we know is a perfect square, so the root of 4 will be a rational number. Why? Because it can be solved as 2, right? Now these rational numbers and irrational numbers are together called as real numbers. Yes, but there are imaginary numbers also, like root of a negative number is called as an imaginary number, or a letter I is called as imaginary number. Will not get into the depth of all these. I cover these all in my offline classes. But yes, comment anything down if you really want to know. I will help you all with that. However, this is not a part of our syllabus. Now, sums. So, we have to identify if they are rational or irrational number. Decimal number, yes, it is rational. Root of 8. 8 is a non-perfect square. So the root of a non-perfect square is a irrational number. Minus 21 is a integer, so it is a rational number. Is this a fraction? Yes, it is a fraction, so it is a rational number. Minus root of 4, it is solvable, right? As this can be minus 2, so it is a rational number. Root of 4 is again 2, so it is a rational number. Minus 4, it is neither, because I told you it's a imaginary number, so it is neither rational nor irrational. Root of 500, 500 is not a perfect square, so it is a irrational number. Root of 289 can be solved as 17, so it is a rational number. Root of 3 into root of 2 is root of 6, which cannot be solved, so it is a irrational number. Root of 7, cube root of 729 can be solved as minus 9, so it is a rational number. Cube root of 1331, which is cube of 11, so the answer is 11 for this, so it is a rational number. Estimating surge now. Before we start our third exercise, let us learn what are perfect squares and what are perfect cubes. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, and so on. 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, and so on. Yes. Now, how do we estimate root of 55? So, we have to see 55 comes between which two roots. So, we come over here in the perfect square section, it is between 49 and 64. So, root of 49, root of 55, and then we have root of 64, right? Now, who's closer? Now, 64 is a root of 8, 49 is a root of 7. Now, 55, is it closer to 64 or is it closer to 49? I believe it is closer to 49, so it is somewhere in the middle, so we write it as somewhere approximate 7.4. Cube root of 20 now. So we go into the perfect cubes. 20 we have 8 and we have 27. Cube root of 8 and cube root of 27. Now cube root of 8 is 2, cube root of 27 is 3. So if cube root of 20 is to be estimated, whose closer it is? It is very much closer to 20. So it can be somewhere around 2.7 or 2.8. Your any of the answer 2.7 or 2.8 will be given as correct answer. I hope you all get it. Now, root of 81, we know it is root 81 is a perfect square. So the root of 81 will be 9. Cube root of 64. We know cube root of 64 is nothing but 4. Now let's estimate 93. Cube root of 93. Whose between it is? Can I say it is between root of 64 and root of let's say 81 and root of 100. 81 is a root of 9 and 100 is a root of 10. It is a root of 10. Now root of 93 seems closer to 100, right? So it can be somewhere around 9.8. Now cube root of 54. So it is between whom? It is between cube root of, I'll just show it to you all. It is between whom? 54 is between 27 and 64, right? 27 and cube root of 64. We have cube root of 54. Whose closer it is? It is slightly closer to 64. 64 is a cube root of 4. This is a cube root of 3. So somewhere root 54 can be 3.6, right? Okay. And we have completed our very first chapter, indices. Now let's move on to our chapter number 2. Chapter 2, angles, formulas. First of all, we'll go through all the formulas. Yes. First of all, sum of interior angle, that is n minus 2 into 180. If you want to find out each, then you just have to take this formula and divide it by the number of sides. Acha, sum of exterior angle for any shape, it is always 360 degrees. Now each exterior angle same 360 ko lo and divide by number of sides. Interior angle plus exterior angle will always add up to 180 degrees. You don't need to take screenshot or anything. This file will be given to you in the description, or you can join the Telegram channel or WhatsApp channel. Whatever is posted down, and you will get all the notes that are written in this file. Now the first sum. Now we'll also have our calci on. Yes, so this is 86, this is 144. We know if we add, these are exterior angles, right? These are all exterior angles. So we know if we add all the exterior angles, the sum should be 180 degrees. So 86 plus 144 plus a, can I say it should be equal to 360 degrees? Yes. So 86